Point number 2 then says that I will not fear. Now, when the children of Israel are about to leave Egypt, God says to them, the land that you're going to possess. You know, guys, when they're about to leave Egypt and they're about to go to Canaan, God comes to them and decides to say, you know what, I need to address you on a one-on-one level, because where you are going, you need to be courageous. You need to not have fear. And God comes to them and says that you shall not fear, for I am with you. The Lord your God that brought you out of the land of Egypt is the same God that will move with you to the promised land. And today, guys, I want to remind you that you should not be afraid of anything. Let your faith be bigger than your fear. What is it that you're afraid of? What is it that you think that God cannot do for you in your own life? What is it that is holding you back today? That you're thinking to yourself, maybe God cannot do this for me in my life. Remember, God can do anything. There is nothing that is too big for God. There is nothing that is too small for God. For God can do anything. And this is the message that we're getting here. I will not fear. Why? Because the Lord is on your side. If the Lord is on your side, who therefore shall be against you? Now, guys, just in case you've forgotten who God is, remember what he has done for you. You know, sometimes we tend to forget. Just go back, just reflect a little bit backwards and ask yourself, this is where God has brought me. Look at where God has taken you from. Look at the things that God has done for you. Oh, count your blessings. Name them one by one, and you'll see the wonderful things that God has done for you in your life. Just in case you've forgotten what God has done for you. Remember the time you cried out unto the Lord and you asked God to save you from the pits that you were in, and he saved you. Remember the time you needed help from God and he gave you help. Remember the time that you needed finances and God came through for you. Remember the things that God has done for you, just in case you have forgotten. And remember, fear nothing. Fear absolutely nothing, right? For God is with you. Let your faith be bigger than your fear. Now the Bible then says in Jeremiah chapter 32 verse 27, I am the God of all flesh. Is there anything that is too hard for me? Let your faith in God be bigger than your fear in the situations that you're currently facing in your life, right? For God even says in Jeremiah chapter 32 verse 27, I am the Lord God, the God of all flesh. Is there anything that is too hard for me? Now let us move on to point number 3.